Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to A Different Opinion. As you can see on the screen here today from the double AP, we're going to be looking at this, okay? So we're going to be talking about in Sydney in Australia, a gender clinic. Even the minister says it's not working for people. So what he's trying to say is it's like he almost wants them to do more surgeries. And it's absolutely insane because they're obviously yet again talking about the youth and, you know, the young adults type of thing. So even people under the age of 18. And if you thought, like, if you're from Australia, if you're from wherever in the world, if you think this is not coming to your city or to your country, you are wrong. Like, this is there already. You just probably haven't heard of it yet, because out of the blue now, suddenly I'm starting to see in Sydney, it's happening more and more and more. Different cities around Australia, it's popping more and more. And that's what's worrying, is because there's even parades and things up here where they're trying to get this stuff approved all around the country. So just be wary, because it is coming. Now, I need to show this nearly every single time I am going to talk about anything to do with this movement, especially when it comes to kids, because you can see here from Teresa, next time you hear someone say LGBTQ aren't after your children, show them this. I agree. Save this video, whatever you need to do, save this freaking thing, because then you can show them every single time. And if you want to show your friends, share it with them as well. Show them this video, because it is freaking creepy. It is scary. It's pedophilic, and it is just disgusting. An LGBTQ activist, Peter Tatchell, he says a 9-year-old can consent with a 50-year-old man. Yep. So a 9-year-old child apparently can consent to a 50-year-old man, as he says in this interview. And he is one of the top activists in the UK, working with all the pride organizations to shape policies and ideologies. And it is, yeah, if this person is at the top of it, you can imagine what he's pushing down. Have a listen here.
Told me when he was about 50 that he had had sex with a young man when he was 9 years old. He said it was his choice. He said he wasn't pressured or manipulated. He said he had no regrets about that sexual experience. So my view is, that's what he's saying. It's his personal view as an adult, mature man looking back on his childhood. If he says that, who am I or you to dispute it?
Maybe the parent of that person, maybe the law, because a 9-year-old cannot consent to have sex with a 50-year-old. And why would a 50-year-old want to have sex with a 9-year-old? I mean, you see more and more of these new movies that are coming out, new things popping up, where it's child trafficking going on and people like this 50-year-old wanting to do things with them. There is no consent involved. They don't know what they're consenting to. But this should never, ever, ever be okay, ever. And this is the worst thing. They try and normalize this. As you've seen with the video I showed of the Pride Parade in Canada, all that type of stuff, where is a guy just in underwear looking at kids and he's shaking his butt and everything and his junk and everything. Naked cyclists, I mean, just naked people walking next to kids, grown adult men, you know, with little kids walking through them, just naked with everything hanging out. It's absolutely disturbing, in my opinion, right? And if you do see my arm kind of popping up, I did play sport today, a rugby game today, and I think I might have fractured my forearm. So we'll see when we get to the doctor. Now, this is what the minister says, okay? So as you can see, Sydney Gender Clinic not working for people. The provision of the gender affirming care in New South Wales is not working and has to approve, says the health minister. Like, no, it's not okay. It is. We need to do more. The main gender affirming clinic for adolescents in Sydney has come under scrutiny, with the ABC revealing it has only taken on 3 new patients this year. Thank you, but I don't think any adolescents should even be getting these surgeries. So, you know, we're talking about kids that are, 14 through to 17 years old. That's not even old enough to go to a store and buy a pack of cigarettes. Not even old enough to go to a liquor store and buy a beer, or go to a bar and buy a beer. So why in their right mind should they make a life-altering decision, and the health minister is pushing for this? Like, isn't this just baffling where we are at the moment? It is certainly not a system that is working for people, and I want to improve that, Mr. Park said on Tuesday. Just look at this guy. If you ever see him in the street, tell him you are disgusting. So the Sydney Children's Hospital Network, which operates a decade-old clinic, has recently found staffing difficult after a swath of resignations. I wonder why. Maybe because they don't want to mutilate adolescent kids, maybe? The exodus was prompted by controversial research endorsed by the hospital hierarchy and weaponized by anti-transgender activists, the ABC reported. So yeah, just because they have morals, just because they don't want to alter a kid's body, which is underage, but no, it's just because of anti-transgender activists, apparently, which is ridiculous. It just shows they're so out of touch. The majority of people don't want this stuff done to little kids. It's only the smallest bit of minority that want underage kids to mutilate themselves. And if you got a, like, in my opinion, if I got a friend that says, oh, they should be able to do that, I would not be friends with that person anymore, because to me, that is kind of the hill you die on, right? Like, you leave little kids, you leave adolescent kids, let them grow up. When they're adult, do whatever you want. As soon as you hit the age of 18, in my opinion, because of law here in Australia, legally, you're an adult, do whatever you want. Go and get the surgery, whatever. Just go and pay for it yourself. We should not be funding this crap. And let's remember, the ABC here in Australia, right? They're funded by the government. So every single thing that they post is lock and step with what the government wants us to believe here in Australia. So whatever you see from them, just know there's works behind closed doors that's pushing a agenda. And yet again, same thing from The Guardian, just same story over and over. All just saying exactly what they want us to hear. Now, this is a messed up thing here in Australia as well. So this is at a school, okay? So kids are being made to feel uncomfortable. They've been told they have no option if they want to have this jacket. They can't block it out. So this is a jacket at one of the schools. And you can see there's the literal pride flag on the shoulder. Talk about not making a school political, right? So this was also in Victoria, which is in around Melbourne area. And for some reason, New South Wales and Victoria are probably the most, I know a lot of people don't like the word, but it is the easiest way to describe certain people now. I know it's not what it actually means. I know the actual meaning of it. But this is the way that people sometimes describe these people. They are the most woke out of the whole of Australia. In Victoria and New South Wales. If I was down there, I would go and protest this type of stuff, because to me, it is absolutely wrong. Let me know as well below. What do you think about it all? Do you think that adolescent kids or anyone under the age of 18 should be able to even make a decision like this? And then what do you think about this absolute creep of a human being saying that it's fine for a 9-year-old to consent to a 50-year-old? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe as well if you do want to see future videos like this. And like I said, like the video if you did. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.